Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how best to use your GCSE revision guides, and in particular, the mathematics revision guide. Now, there are a number of ways you can use your revision guide. You can use it on its own, or you can use it as part of your resources when you come to doing your homeworks. Okay, so in mathematics, you will know you receive a homework every single week. Now, imagine that I'm at home now, I've come to a question, and I'm unsure as to how to complete it. Okay, the question is giving me a table of values, and it's asking me to draw the graph of y equals 3 over x for the values of x from 0.5 to 6. Now, to be able to use the revision guide effectively, I've got to know which topic that question falls under. So in maths, to be able to plot a graph falls under the topic of linear graphs. So I go to my contents page, I read down the list, and I find where it says linear graphs. Okay, so I've found it here. Now I've got 3 sections to the revision guide. You've got the revise section, you've got the practice section, and you've got the review section. Now, as I can't do this question, the first place I'm going to look is the revise section. Okay, so linear graphs, page 46. Okay, so as you can see very clearly, the topic I'm looking at now is linear graphs. Now, this revision section is just demonstrations as to how to answer typical GCSE exam questions under this topic. So I should spend some time now reading through the points, reading through all the diagrams, looking at how to answer a question, and to see if I can apply that to the question in my homework. It may just be that you need a bit of a recap, so having read through these questions, it may be that that is enough that you can then go on to apply it to the practice exam paper. Okay? However, if you're thinking to yourself, I've read through this material and I'm still not quite sure as to how to answer the questions, you might want to do a bit more practice first, applying the methods. So as we said before, there are 3 sections: revise, practice and review. Once you've done the revision part, it's probably best to move on to the practice part to apply what you've learned in the revision to actual questions. So again, linear graphs, page 64. Okay, so I've now got 2 pages full of questions that will apply directly to linear graphs. Okay, so if I work through these questions, what's really helpful is that all the answers to these questions are at the back. So if I want to check whether or not I'm getting the questions right, their answers are here at the back. Okay, so I can go to, let's quickly check. So my page for practice was page 64. So I'm going to look down and find out where page 64 is. Now they're all in order. Okay, so looking down, and you can see there clearly, page 64, they're all my answers. Now, if you're doing the practice questions and you seem to be getting them right, then that might be then the time to go back to your homework paper and have a go at this question. Okay? If at this point you're still not getting it right, and you've read through the revision guide again and it's still not helping you, well, you then need to go on to another material such as Pixel or My Maths or another form of revision that can then help you further. But hopefully by that point, having done the revision page and had a look at the practice questions, you should be okay to go. Finally, the review section, well again, that's just more questions to practice. So once I've done the revision and I've done a couple of the practice questions, I might want to do a little bit more later on down the line. So this review section, again, is just additional questions that if it's a particular subject that you struggle with or a particular topic, there are more questions for you to have a go at. Okay? If I was just using the revision guide on its own, there are a lot more questions and practice material that I could use. For example, there are practice exam papers. There are also practice questions on each topic. So, for example, we've got circles, we've got vectors. And all answers to these workbook questions are at the back. So there is never a point in which you have this revision guide that you can't check your answers for anything that you're doing. Again, because this is your own copy and your own revision guide, I would strongly recommend that if you are struggling with a particular topic or a particular question, bring this revision guide into school and show your teacher, and they should be able to help you with any of the material that you're stuck on.